Well, Benny, what have you made your start to the tournament so far, both as a team and personally?
Yeah, we're going pretty good as a team, so I don't think we've played perfect cricket yet, so it's nice to win games when we're not playing perfectly. Personally, yeah, pretty happy. I don't play much cricket in between big bashes, so it's always a little bit interesting to see how I go when I get back, but going all right at the moment, so that's good.
You did go into this tournament. Did you play? You played not long before it though, didn't you?
I went to New Zealand, yeah. I snuck 2 T20s in New Zealand a couple of days before the first game, which was nice, so I got whacked in one of those, so get that out of the way over there, which was good.
What does playing perfect cricket mean to you guys?
Oh, I just think we've got a little bit stuck with our batting, but we've probably the promising parts we've been holding it together and getting a total where we can defend it. So that's been a nice effort. Instead of getting all out for 100 sort of thing, we've been pushing on and still making competitive totals. So yeah, we're not far off, but we're there's still definitely improvement there.
Does that help, given your bowling? I mean, Rashid and you and Stanley, I mean, it's probably your strength if you had to pick one?
Yeah, I think so. I've been really surprised at how well we've gelled and how we're all quite different. Probably doesn't look that way, but we're all fairly different, which means Trav's got heaps of options and lots of different matchups we can play with, so it's all working really well, and Trav's doing a great job in rotating us all really well.
How has that all come together, mate? I mean, like you say, you come together for a couple of weeks and you expected to just gel straight away. How's that worked?
Yeah, it's not been bad. Rash fits in with anyone. He's a ripping bloke, so I've played with Rash before overseas, so yeah, we're all aware of how good he is, and then Sid's is only the other newcomer, so Sid's is a legend, so he fits in really well, and we know what Sid's does. He runs in, hits the wicket and bowls really good areas, so it's pretty easy to look after him.
Is this a little bit of a danger fixture? I guess you come from the bright lights of New Year's Eve and go down to Tassie, weather might be a bit up and down, a little bit of a danger fixture potentially?
I don't think any of those things will factor in. I think Hobart are just a dangerous side, so we saw probably a week ago we were writing them off as the worst team ever, and then when things click, they're an amazing team, so I think all the teams in the Big Bash are like that, so you can't take your foot off. You don't get an easy game, yeah.
And you obviously played down there yourself for a few years. Have you been exchanging any text messages with ex-teammates?
Oh, not too much. I'll just sledge them when we get out there. That'll be easier.
What do you make of like the Stars and a few of the teams that are tipped to go far in the competition, probably not having the greatest start as well? How do you see it shaping up, mate?
Oh, I think it's early days, really early days still, and you guys just hammer teams that aren't winning, so they don't really get an easy ride, but the Stars look at their team, like they're a great team, so they can turn it on any time. They've only got to sneak in and we can see what happens in the finals, so I don't think anyone's out of it yet, that's for sure.
So does that mean you can't read into a good start either? I mean, there's only 8 or 9 games and you're almost halfway through. You probably get a fair read on some teams by now.
Oh, yes and no. I still think we're pretty early. Another couple of rounds and you'll probably be able to pick a bit more form out, but I'm much happier being where we are than where the Stars are, that's for sure. But yeah, I still don't think there's a long way to go.
Ben, you've been with the Strikers for a couple of years now, mate. How do you compare this current team to maybe some of the previous teams you played in here?
Oh, we're definitely a lot younger. Yeah, not too many boys hanging out with me doing recovery and stuff, yeah. So all the young 20-year-olds are up and firing. So, no, it's really nice to be in a new environment. I was probably a bit reserved when we saw the list getting put together, but the boys have nailed it so far. So it's nice having all these Cowboys that just slog in our team. It's good fun to watch.
What did you make of Travis Head getting reprimanded for his send-off from Jimmy Pearson?
Oh, I didn't know he got reprimanded, but it's a bit of yeah. I'm probably lucky I didn't get reprimanded.
So no, it's a shame that there's not more personality in the game.
I do, but there are lots of kids watching, so I think there's a very fine line there to where you go with that. So it's good for viewing, I think.
Do you think in some ways though that is good? I guess some people write T20 off as maybe a bit of a hit and giggle. The fact that it is heated out there and guys really care. You think that's a positive thing in some ways?
Oh yeah, it's definitely positive. I don't know if probably have to show it in that way, but yeah, it's definitely full on. There's plenty of planning and training that goes into these comps, so there's definitely no hit and giggle.
And a couple of guys have been in ripping form. Do you expect them to be taken in the Aussie ODI team?
Hopefully not. Yeah, I reckon. Well, Trav should definitely be there with what he's done for Australia in the last couple of years. But I think Alex Carey probably needs another year with us just to get right. And yeah, Billy Stanlake stick with us for a little bit longer.
How quick is Billy bowling at the moment, and how good could he be as a young kid?
Yeah, I got into Billy during the game because I thought he was bowling pretty slow. So I said, I'm bowling faster than you, Billy. But then I saw the replay and he was hitting 150. So I might have to shut up at that one. So yeah, it doesn't look very fun to face. I'm pretty happy I never have to do that.